ago, a new center was birthed, charged to collect balance, credible, and accurate news and information. A tax tested and proven to be a world-class example of news presentation where truths are told. We lead by example and others follow. RCR News, the premier source of accurate news. News Desk is up next. 18 years ago, a new center was birthed, charged to collect balanced, credible, and accurate news and information. A tax tested and proven to be a world-class.
Your family members abroad need to send you money? Worry no more. Henceforth, receive your international money transfers from Europe, USA, and South Africa made via Western Union, MoneyGram, and many more directly into your Orange Money account. At Orange Money, we are family.
Orange Money.
Years ago, a new center was birthed, charged to collect balance, credible, and accurate news and information.
Developments in Liberia, Africa, and as well. My name is Hanson Decker, presenting in the headlines for attempting to kill his ex-girlfriend. Police in Vancouver County have launched a manhunt for Safa Perry. And despite practicing law for years, people says about 20 attorney at law have flunked the Supreme Court's legal exam. Our Executive Director Bas called for an immediate audit of the national legislature. And away from Liberia, Ghana's Supreme Court has begun hearing challenge to the anti-LGBTQ bill passed by Parliament in February. The details of these developments, news bulletin, the voices of the newsmakers posts are all anticipated. On the news program, we take a break to rejoin you. Bound with the bulletin.
Good evening, Henson, and good evening to all. A manhunt has been launched by the Vancouver Police Detachment for Siafa Perry, who is wanted for attempted murder. The Liberian National Police has issued a warrant for Perry's arrest in connection with the incident, which took place in a border town between Liberia and Sierra Leone. Perry's ex-girlfriend was accused of the attempted murder, reportedly because she had expressed her desire to end their relationship. Law enforcement are actively pushing for Perry as they work to bring him to justice. Report says about 20 attorneys at law have failed the Supreme Court's legal exam. If the unsuccessful lawyers, according to our judicial correspondent, were among 50 lawyers who sat for the court's legal test on April 17, 2024, with the objective to be admitted to the Supreme Court bar as counsel at law. Though members of the Board of Examiners of the Judiciary attacked on the matter, the exam results were submitted to the office of the Chief Justice on Wednesday, May 8th, for her approval. Our judicial correspondent said that 50 lawyers will be released in a couple of days, which will be followed by the admission ceremony in the Supreme Court's chamber as provided. Asila Metal Liberia has confirmed that its oil mines and offices in Ikepa and Nemba County have been besieged by community and traditional society members. Press release issued Let's use reports. The company as Department reports that the demonstration of traditional activity was orchestrated by Roman Moore of Surrey following a dispute with ArcelorMittal over the Blee and Dayton areas of Mittal's concession. Meanwhile, ArcelorMittal noted that there were no injuries and traditional society leaders have now left its site in Yekeba Township but remain at the mine. According to the police, no harm was brought to members of the local community or to ArcelorMittal staff. Meanwhile, the company says it will continue to engage with government and enforcement authorities to ensure that strict action is taken following this disruption. Liberian list of Amwaba has been echoed calls for the establishment of the National Media Council of Liberia. Obaru has advised the campaign said the council, when instituted, will be responsible to regulate the conduct of journalists, media institutions in the country. The former Truth FM news director said it is saddened the way some journalists are conducting themselves in noble profession, blaming the situation to the weakness of national government to come down on individuals for political reasons. Oscar Morba speaking to RCA News interview minutes after his appearance on State of the Nation on Truth FM wants individuals in the practice of journalism to define their role in the media, whether they are political commentators or professional journalists. At the same time, Oscar Morba is calling on national government and policymakers to set aside a designated site for protests in the country. Baba said while he recognizes the rights of citizens to protest, designating a site for protest will prevent the violation of people's right to free movement. According to him, the history of protest in the country has not always been orderly, stating protesters sometimes infringe on the rights to free movement of others. The executive director of the Institute for Research on Democratic Development has a bad calls for an immediate audit of the national legislature. Downside said the legislature should do the honorable thing by subjecting itself to both financial and fiscal audit. He said doing so will maintain the trust and confidence of the Liberian people. Sai believes that significant portion of money that goes to the legislature and being spent comes directly from taxes being paid by Liberians. The average government spoke in Arosiani's interview Wednesday at his office in Singapore. The National Budget and Execution Symposium for year 2024 has kicked off in Monrovia. The symposium being organized by the Ministry of Development brought together ministries and agencies to conclude the internal audit, the General Commission, Ministry of Affairs, civil society organizations, and others. In his own remarks, Acting Finance Minister Anthony Myers said the training is intended to provide technical details and to enhance the workings of the people from various ministries and agencies. According to Acting Minister Myers, the event will also help institutions of government understand the public financial management laws as the budget law. For her part, presenting the Deputy Finance Minister for Budget, Assistant Minister for Budget, Sarah McGill said the rationale for the initiative is to fortify their collective understanding and proficiency in fiscal governance and management. Assistant Minister Moba added that the initiative is imperative because it underscores the critical role of each key stakeholder within their spending entities plays in shaping the trajectory of government's national development. Grand Bassa County Superintendent Julia Bono has vowed to audit the outgoing county administration. Our Grand Bassa County correspondent quoted Madame Bono as saying there were several missteps during the past administration that must be corrected. As such, speedy audit is the best option. Madame Julia Bono said the leadership will work to ensure that things are strengthened in line with President Joseph Walker's arrest agenda. Former Deputy Internal Affairs Minister for Administration, Momolu Johnson, has described vocational education as pivotal in shaping the workforce in Liberia. Johnson challenged graduates of the Liberian Training Network vocational training program to use the knowledge aimed at exploring better opportunities. According to Johnson, the investment in skills training development is a critical component in human capacity building, something he said is at a slow pace in Liberia. He noted that vocational education promotes entrepreneurship, innovation, and encourages students to think creatively, solve problems, and become self-confident. A United States-based Liberian humanitarian ambassador Felicia Gallo wants national government prioritize the needs of rural dwellers across Liberia. Madam Gallo, who has been providing sponsorship to over 300 children in volatile town and one county over the years, said for assistance to the people, especially the vulnerable children, is shockled by the devastating impact of the Ebola virus that killed over 50 people in the area. Speaking during her surprise visit to the people of Volatile Town Tuesday, Madam Felicia Gallo noted that her sponsorship to the people is a great help, but said more needs to be done for the kids whose parents lost their lives during the heat of the Ebola epidemic. The visit of Madame Felicia Gallo, Executive Director of the Women of Grace for Children of Bogota Town and other surrounding villages, benefiting from school materials, toy, clothes, and other essential livelihoods. Making remarks on behalf of the school, the principal of the institution, Theodore Pay the Women of Grace organization, through its executive director, Felicia Gallo, for their support to the only school in the area. Former Foreign Minister Banky King accurately has expressed concern over the escalating war of voice among politicians in the country. Speaking at a gathering of members of the Voices of Elders of Liberia in Monrovia on Wednesday, King accurately highlighted the concerning level of division among the populace following the recent elections. He emphasized the necessity of a national conference to alleviate the prevailing tension. The former foreign minister has been called on politicians to spearhead efforts in reconciling the ordinary citizens, starting with the youth. Nimba County District Representative Tawonge is admonishing Liberian youth to be the center of change if the country is to be transformed. Representative Wongwe said the vision of his organization, One Liberia, is to unite Liberians through different programs. According to him, One Liberia is expected to organize a program on May 14, National Unification Day, to create awareness of the importance of the day. Representative Tawambe added that the program is to unite Liberians irrespective of their political backgrounds or county of origin. Meanwhile, representatives won by famed the Liberian entertainment industry coming together to unite and promised to continue supporting people at various programs in Liberia. For her part, the acting director of one behavioral local non-profit organization, Wilson Perkins, said the initiative is aimed at commemorating National Unification Day, which is celebrated on May 14th each year. Away from Liberia, Ghana's Supreme Court has begun hearing a challenge to the anti-LGBTQ bill passed by Parliament in February. The court granted a request by lawyers and journalist Richard Gillespie to challenge the controversial bill. The bill prescribes a 3-year term for people who identify as gay and 5 to 10 years for LGBT advocates. The lawsuit, which was filed in March, asked the court to prevent the Speaker and Clerk of Parliament from sending the bill to the President and to also stop President Nana Akufo-Addo from signing the bill into law. Well, hence, that's the news collecting.
Go there. Go there. What do you want, man? I like you on what part, man? Thanks to Oliver Bound for the news. Bulletin current development. The bulletin of news. It is a regular feature on the news program. News decks and of course heavy agenda in one of the top developments we are following. There's part of partisan law for years before says 20 attorneys at law have flunked Supreme Court's legal exam. Let's bring you the voices of the news. The executive director of the Institute for Research and Democratic Development has backed calls for an immediate audit of the national legislature. Downside said the legislature, the honorable thing, are subjecting itself to both financial and system audit. A manhunt has been launched by the Grand Cape County Police Detachment for Siafa Perry, who is wanted for attempted murder. The Liberia National Police has issued a writ for Perry's arrest. Connection to the which took place in border town between Liberia and Sierra Leone. Our Grand Cape County correspondent Jenkins Pambandi reports. Let's bring you this development right here on the news program. The National Board of Orientation and Assessment Symposium for fiscal year 2024 Southern Monrovia portion being organized by the Ministry of Finance and Development. We brought together several line ministries and agencies to include the Internal Audit Agency, General Auditing Commission, Ministry of Internal Affairs, civil society, organizations, among others. His opening remarks as Minister Anthony Myers said, Patrick is intended to provide technical details and to enhance the workings of the people from various ministries and agencies. The voice of IT Finance Minister Anthony Myers, also speaking to civil society actor Integrity Watch Executive Director Herado, said the process will help civil society actors to effectively follow the expenditure practices of government institutions. The voice of Integrity Watch and the Bureau Executive Director Herado added, we listened to Acting Finance Minister Anthony Myers. They both spoke of the opening of the National Budget Orientation and its execution symposium for fiscal year 2024. Grand Bassa County Superintendent Juliet Bono has found audit the outgoing county administration. RCS Grand Bassa County correspondent quoted Bono said there were several missteps in past administration that must be corrected as such. Speedy audit is the best option. Former Foreign Minister Olubanke King has expressed concern over the escalating war of wars among nations in the country. Speaking at a gathering of members wars of elders of Liberia and Moreover, accurately highlighted the concerning level of tension among the populace following the recent elections. Former Deputy Internal Affairs Minister for Administration Owolu has described vocational education as pivotal in shaping workforce in Liberia, posing challenge graduates of the Liberian training network training program to give knowledge and exploring better opportunities.
Vocational education promotes entrepreneurship and innovation. It encourages people to think creatively, solve problems, and take the risk. By providing hands-on experience in construction, it instills a sense of confidence and reliance in students. These qualities are vital for fostering entrepreneurial minds and cultivating the culture of vocational education empowers people to start their own businesses, contribute to growth in industries, and drive economic development. Gathering facts and exams are not in themselves when it comes to achievement of public life knowledge. We should they realize while being in the area that suits their interest potential has, instead of forcing them into jobs that have no path. And we begin to provide another training of this nature so that we begin to realize because everything positively contribute to growth and advancement of society.
Erado.
Better education will make you sufficient
Pawana
independent.
Zaman.
Also, to develop something
In the email,
that benefit society. It is not that people are about these specific courses and their income, but what is but it is just that we need to broaden our career choices. We need to think about if we climb the ladder of course, sticking to the old model of education us. The type of education we need has to be
Momolu Johnson, common defense minister for also speaking there as a Liberian education and training program. Here is Burburn, Colin Davis said, education started in 2016 by a group of returnees in Ghana to the Liberian war.
LRA, the Liberian Learning Network. Here is where we came from. Here is where. This institution was established in 2016 by a group of employees who came from SI and saw the need to help experience to what they believe in exile. Because of that, we went counters to counters searching for where to establish in Maserati. To be precise, after some 3 years, we said we believe that we spread out in the country. So some of us, eagerness to shake, as the only young people took the initiative to go out into the real area and be able 2024, we went off campaigning.
Divorce Jacqueline Tibe, the director of the Liberian Training Network Vocational Training Program, Christopher Branch, alleged listen to common deputy first minister Momolu Johnson back to this department. Former Foreign Minister Banking King Akindele has expressed concern over the escalating border wars among politicians in the country. Speaking at a gathering of members of the board leaders of Liberia in Monrovia on Wednesday, Akindele highlighted the concerning level of division among the populates in the country.
I am extremely concerned about the divisiveness in this society. I think it is not good enough, and I think we've got to lower the temperature. Where percentage of people are not happy with the government, the government just came. The government just came. I hear people talking about because they have failed the objectives. For goodness sake, come on. Of course, everything has not been achieved, but my main concern, and I really am concerned, is that we've got to do something about getting this nation back together. The hatred, the speeches on the radio are unacceptable. It is unacceptable. And we will tear it down the garden path if we as a people do not get our act together and stop all of this. So I'm very passionate. I feel very strongly, and I think we really, as a nation, have to ask what are we about? We should be about something called Republic of Liberia. Republic of Liberia. It's important for the young people to know what that means. We've got to do something. I like very much the idea of the diaspora being a part of this. In fact, for all of those people in the diaspora, you have to try hard to come here and help us. You can't just stay over there and talk about all of what has to be done. Come and help us get this nation back together. It's a work for all of us. I think we all have to have a statement with all these people doing all this inflammatory thing.
The voice of former Foreign Affairs Minister Olubankin King Akiwili. A Liberian journalist, Pastor has re-echoed calls for the establishment of a national media council in Liberia. Mova, who has embarked on a campaign in the country, said the council, when instituted, will be responsible to regulate the conduct of journalists and media institutions in the country. The former Truth FM news director said it is saddening the way some journalists are conducting themselves in a noble profession, blaming the situation to the weakness of national government to calm down on individuals for political reasons.
It is saddening the way that some journalists are conducting themselves in this country. So if you are not a journalist, then that means that you can be treated as not a journalist. Don't hide behind the journalism profession. So if it's clear that you are not a journalist, that's okay. The government can be able to know, the activity. But I think in my mind that the government is being lenient on some of these things because maybe, the government doesn't want to appear like it is fighting the media. So if you're a journalist, that's but if you're a journalist, you can have journalists call the president in any form of man, call the president puppet, call the, all kinds from president to vice president to security or actors, security leaders to ministers, cabinet ministers. And I tell people, tell me during the presidency of former President George which journalists or sort of president. Those were the politicians. Politicians, they, even to the extent to reject. For example, I just said from 2000, when we were here, up present, there were no home record that we just give the very representative, get the contact. We might just say anything on the show, when we were on the new guys on show. He could be checkmated. And he was checkmated. And because of that, so see what's happening now. Yaka does not send for people to say, Yaka send for online media, they online television. Because he knows that what he says will not be tolerated by the radio newspaper. So he sent for these guys, which is wrong. So if you want to be politician, be politician. If you want to be a journalist, then you must conform to the ethics of the profession. But you cannot be inciting. Normally, when we reflect on the Kigali situation in Rwanda, it was because of media conduct that led that country into the kind of civil crisis that it went through. And do we want to go back to that day? In as much as media institutions are owned by politicians, you must have your editorial policy. And once you know that you're a journalist and perhaps the editorial policy, is not in line with policy, you can leave. There are institutions where you see willful actions on the part of journalists, especially people who should be considered as role models in our country, people who should be considered as people who are learned. Some of them are called law school graduates. You have gone to school, well educated. You've gone to the law school, but you sit on the radio and have forgotten who is considered as a criminal, how a person can be regarded as a criminal, and you call a person a criminal, you call a person a puppet, you call a person a useless, you challenge the security of the state, you defy them. Is that journalism? Where do you see that practice? In other countries, I would just say, in Israel, for example, the Israeli cabinet just shut down media institutions in that country. In Burkina Faso, they suspended two international media organizations. I am not saying that that should be the case here, but let there be a media regulatory council.
At the same time, Asamawa is calling on national government and policymakers to set aside a designated site for protest in the country. Mawa said while he recognizes the rights of citizens to protest, this designating a site for protest will prevent the violation of people's rights to free movement.
We are calling on the government and policymakers to ensure that we can have a designated protest site so that people who feel agree will not just go to places, especially public places, to protest. Because what I have observed, and I'm sure that other Liberians too have observed, is just that I am the one coming out now to talk about it, is that number one, let's look at the wave of protest. Our constitution provides that citizens who feel grief can protest, but the protest or your assembly must be orderly and peaceful. However, to the contrary of that, we see that people who come out to protest, they are not orderly. You get people coming out and taking the entire street, the entire road. How will people be able to move around? How will the other people who are part of the protest move around? So that is not orderly. You have people saying they're going to petition the government because the constitution says you have the right to go and petition your government when you agree or whatever for victories. It should be in a peaceable manner, right? But you have wooden sticks, wooden scissors, wooden tools. And of recent, when some of Liberians had this interest for justice for Jessica that led to Capitol building. They started off from the Temple of Justice, and then moved on to the Capitol building. I can tell you, and the evidence is still there. If you follow today like Europe on television, you will see. I saw in that video one of the protesters already, the press about it, the January 6th protest at the Capitol building in the United States during the presidency of former President Donald Trump. So you will see that some of them were dressed in masks, some were hiding their faces and things like that. But worst of all, one of the protesters was seen carrying handcuffs on his side. He was part of the protest, and he was carrying handcuffs. And there were other things that we could not see that were on the side. Besides that, has anyone asked what are the things that are in the bags of these people? Nowadays when people get protest, you see them with bags, right? How many of us have asked ourselves what are the things that are in these bags?
Oscar Mbaba is a Liberian journalist. A United States-based Liberian humanitarian ambassador, Felicia Gallo, wants national government prioritize the needs of dwellers across Liberia. Gallo, who has been providing sponsorship for 300 students in Golota town in that county over the years, for assistance to the people, especially vulnerable children about the devastating impact of the Ebola virus that killed 50 people in the area.
We just got directly on this. We have been one of them. I see Jesus said, "That you do it to my brother, and you do it to me." He's not really talking about the prophets. He's talking about the people we need. So when you are grateful that you will help somebody, you help them, you are doing that to Jesus himself. So we say all these words, and that's why we are here. We can just see the need to know the benefit of the root to think that people who come to help you, they should share the responsibilities of this problem. Place our space in gratitude. If we, had it not been for God, we would not be here because we were told that we came to do business. We were told that they coming to do it. They will speak the color and think that somebody and money will come to do that business. But I don't think them is their honest spending because the thing of people come to do things from their heart. I don't think this from our heart. We're not rich. This is a struggle. And you have to look at your bills. Sometimes I put my bills inside and say, the Bible teaches this is what we promise God. When you promise God something, you can't run away from it. It is God who sent you on an error and you keep God to make sure that you are successful.
Making remarks on behalf of the school, the principal of the institution, Theodore P. thanked the Women of Grace organization through its executive director, Felicia Gallen, for their support to the school in the area.
Serve as people for the school. That's all I want to say. I'm grateful for the value and the people of this for their effort. Have the school to be where it is. That's why the leadership of the community have the school to be where it is. For the past 2 years, 2 years back, new of which have been taking over the school. They have been doing well. They have been studying Madam for teachers and always visit the school once in a while. I do that when that season so that they are much thankful. Um, I want to say that I want to encourage them that they will keep because they will have so for now, to the academic, our children are I go there. Yeah, the children are women of them, some of them in the school for their time and where people perform well because of that. So I see that we will do that.
For her part, duty of Fitako, Lola the Women's organization is steadfast as it leads to rendering their support to the town and its surrounding villages. The town chief, who vowed to ensure that the people of Buruda town lives as lives that support for support from national government.
Kita kita and is done and then what they having the online then for every when physically so they were dying so some people were saying technology some people were making more technology so Germany then our
Divorce of Peter Colley, the Tanti of Burkatan, narrated listening to Mother Felicia Gallo and the principal of the school. Name account regional represented Taiwan is a managing Liberian youth to be the center of change if the country is to be transformed. Represent the language said the vision of his organization One Liberia is to unite Liberians through different programs. According to him, One Liberia is expected to organize a program on May 14 National Unification Day to create awareness on the importance of the day.
over 20 years ago, the whole vision was about how the country was divided. Where a lot of people talk about war and all of these things. It's part of the mean that youth can be at the center of peace building and unity in Liberia. Youth driving that, and using the vehicle of our culture, music, entertainment to bound us. Because at the end of the day, we are one people, and one land, right? So that's the larger vision is to unite Liberia. That's what it was now. People in club, and you hear to want it, or you hear congratulations. For example, you know if you think about people go far or this happy congratulations, and I get people go far, I just think it's Liberian. You are married. It's a sense of unity, right? I think that's important. You know, this is a process of uniting people, right? And this is the melting pot of Liberia. This is where we all are. We did one thing back before. We heard me talking about potential example, all these different events that we have throughout the year, and they have the one Liberia in Monserrat as big one. Right? So we have to make sure that, again, we're just starting, we activated it because it's been over 20 years, we're doing different things. Now I want to be more consistent and pushing this out and want to be driven by the team space. We don't want to drive it. This is why I told you, this is their event. This is why this event was sponsored by this anyone, right? Also, people I just received information to sponsors, Columbia and Loan Bank, New Bank, just to be able to engage with them and support them to support this initiative.
For part the active director of One Liberia, a local non-profit organization, no Impact and said that the initiative is aimed at commemorating National Unification Day, which has been celebrated, as which will be celebrated on May 14.
My name is Nicole Perkins. I represent One Liberia. So the idea behind One Liberia is to unite people, Liberians specifically, through music, culture, and sports. And of course, we would like this to be an annual event where we bring different people within the entertainment industry to showcase their talent, giving a platform to small businesses to also sell their products, maybe Liberian products. And then we also want to use this as a medium to boost the industry. So the event happens at Afrobeat. So we start at 11. The gates are open because we said that during the day we have games and different activities for families to come. And then the concert happens. That's where it's happening. That's the time. That's what we expect. So
Nelson Perkins is now taking us home of this edition of the news program and news desk. Earlier, you listening to the voice of Name County Additional Representative One Way. Well, folks, as we leave of you on today's edition of News Desk, these are the top stories we have been following. For attempting to kill his ex-girlfriend, police in Grand County launched a manhunt for Siafa Perry. Despite practicing law for years, says about 20 attorneys at law have flunked the Supreme Court legal exam. Our executive director Bas called for an immediate audit of the national legislature. And away from home, Ghana Supreme Court has begun hearing a challenge to the anti-LGBTQ bill passed about the parliament in February. Thanks to our correspondents, reporters, writers, editors, those who helped in making news desk a success. Johnson Batoma ably coordinated the sound man Toby and sat behind the camera. Oliver Baum read for us the news bulletin for news. For and on behalf of the news team, my name is Hansen Dega. Good evening.
When it comes to communication in Liberia, Orange is number one.
Orange is the best. Orange is the best. Oh, Orange is the best.
Orange is the best.
Strongest network, widest coverage.
Orange is the best.
Fastest internet speed.
Orange is